street. Another girl in the neighborhood.
Well, morning everybody. Glorious Sunday morning. Just thought I'd take in part of the Sheffield Country Walk. I'm now just south of Killamarsh. Got the river to my right, that's the River Rother. I just walked down from where I live onto the Trans Pennine Trail and picked up the Sheffield Country Walk at Killamarsh Station. I'm going to try and make it as far as Bowshaw's Carvery, which is where the Sheffield Country Walk crosses the A61. Sorry for the daft angle, I'm trying to keep the sun out of the lens. And it's glorious. It's warm. I'm in t-shirt and shorts and got my boots on, so not too cool at all. Bit of a sweat on from no fat lad like me, but it's glorious. Just having to watch where I stand because there's horses in this field. But yeah, and take a look around. You wouldn't think we were 2 miles outside of Sheffield, or the edge of Sheffield. So I'll have another update when we get a bit further. This is probably about 1.5 miles, 1.75 miles into the walk. Cheers. So as you can hear, I'm now at Eckington Church, just over 3 miles in. And as you're going down the steps at the side of the back of the church here, down to Moss Brook, the smell of ramsons, it's wild garlic for you and me, is really, really strong in the air. And if you want to take a look, all those white flowered tops, that's all ramsons. So yeah, we had a bit of confusion last week over what route to take on this part of the walk, because it's not very definite when you get down to the bottom here, but this is definitely the route. You can go straight up the lane and pick up the walk a little bit further up, but I think this is the much nicer route, and I'll just show you why. This is Moss Brook. Beautiful old English woodland. As I say, the smell of ramsons is quite heavy in the air. So you just carry on past the little track just back there that goes right by the side of the stream. What you're looking for is carry up the side of the field. So the next leg of the walk, from Eckington Church up through the lower part of Moss Valley, up to the bridge in at Ford. Lovely little pub, right, really picturesque setting. What can I say? I mean, you leave me breathing. I'm cracking on a bit. First hour in 55 minutes with the first 3 miles in 55 minutes with just a little bit of a stop. Say hello to Nigel. Hi Nigel. On the Trans Pennine Trail at Killamarsh there. But yeah, this is a cracking little walk for a Sunday. This stretch, it's 2.25 miles from the church to the pub, which makes it quite a nice distance for a there and back walk. So you can park up at Eckington, walk up the valley, have a swift jar, and then walk back. Not too strenuous. It's a bit hilly in places, not something, you're not going to climb Everest or anything like that. It's all easy walking so long as it's dry. And we're just coming up on the top of Mill Lane now, which is possibly the alternate route you could take. Okay, switch this in. So we've just gone through the 4 mile mark, and lo and behold, we're at an old mill. I'm not quite sure what the name of this place is, but you can quite clearly see at one time, a long time ago, this was the site of a mill complex. You've got things built up Don't know whether you can see that. You've got this bridge, there's some more stuff over the bridge. It's quite picturesque actually, and it's spoilt really by the fact that you've got people stringing ropes up and leaving all the crap behind. I know kids just want to have fun, like, but you know, I really, sometimes you got to wonder. But let's just have a look down the valley here. And looking up, and again those white flowers there, that's ramsons, wild garlic. You can actually cook with it, I'm told. Best not to eat the bulbs. The flowers and the leaves are much better to eat. You can put them in a salad or whatever. I don't know if that floats your boat. I suppose if you were living off the land, it would make quite a nice addition to like a rabbit stew or something. I don't know. And there's plenty of wildlife in these woods. Just on this next leg from here up to the pub, we did this route, as I might have said earlier, last week with my wife and my son. Hello. And we had this commotion in the treetops just a little bit further on, and lo and behold, there was an owl. Yeah, an owl flying around in the middle of the afternoon. Who'd have thought that? Oh, just one more thing. The bluebells are out. So yeah, this whole section of the valley is it's quite open in the lower reaches, and it lends itself ideally to being engineered for mill operations. Obviously, make a bit of a mill pond, build a mill wheel, got a wheelhouse, and next thing you know, you're grinding stuff. So apologies, I'm trying to get the sun behind me back. That's it. So yeah, making good time. 4 miles in an hour and 10 minutes with a 5-minute stop. Yeah, I want to try and make a good time up to the bridge end, because from that section upwards towards Corlaston and Dronfield, it's new walking for me. So I want to be able to slow down a little, maybe enjoy it a little bit more. So I'll catch you later. Okay, come half a mile upstream this morning from the last vid, and we've got some more old mill workings. See down there in the valley, so you can see the head wall there that they've built, and at some point there would have been a mill wheel or whatever. It may have just been a pond for water, whatever, but it's fallen into ruin obviously over time. The old pond area now is down there, is quite heavily forested with, I don't know what they are, some kind of natural occurring English tree, but you got a lot of beech here. In fact, it might actually be beech, because there's loads of beech in here. I'm surrounded by it. Bit of oak here and there, but predominantly beech. Yeah, it's a lovely bit of woodland. Anyway, somebody coming, so I better shut up. Okay, this is Bridging at Ford. Nice place to have a stop. If you're being self-reliant, don't fancy a pint, there's a few picnic benches here, and then obviously you've got the pub just there. And that's my carry for the day, the OMM 25. Nice little pack, if a bit sweaty on the back, but it's very lightweight. Anyway, onwards. We now reach Gear Lane Farm, which is the top of the road here, and now we're going to split off and follow Sheffield Country Way, which is the white and yellow marker just below the finger post there. So here we are at Troe. Now the route's a little bit indistinct here. You come up from the valley, which I have to say has been the hardest part of the walk so far, from the valley floor, probably straight up the side of the valley, no contouring. Very hard going underfoot. It's dished. It's used by horses, so it's really churned up. It's quite stony, and of course with the horses it's quite wet. But I managed to find my way. Basically, from the valley floor, follow your nose up the path, keep going straight, you'll hit this road, up to the gate in, which is there obviously. It's not open yet, otherwise I'd have been in for one. I'm gasping. And then you've got this little track leading off from the sharp bend. So off we go. So I've just gone about 30 metres along that little track between a wall and a hedgerow. And the vista opens out to this. You can see the whole of the Upper Moss Valley. You've got the water tower at Norton. Heading down towards what looks like to be Jordanthorpe over there in the distance. I'm going to have a minute. Right, so getting a sweat on now. Probably 8.5 miles completed. Turn the phone round, look back down there where the tractor is. We've just come down that hillside in the woods and back out and down into that field at the bottom there. The route down through the woods is a bridle way, and I had a bit of a tumble down there. The horses had chewed the ground up a fair bit, and I was trying to skirt it around some holly, and obviously lost my footing. Ended up with a bit of a slide going on. I landed on my arse, but I'm alright. Just a bit dirty. Probably the worst ground conditions of the route so far, and now obviously exiting the wood and the valley, climbing up through the arable land, which is just on the outskirts of Colaston. I can just see the houses, probably 200 metres in the distance, maybe 300 metres, I don't know. Yeah, the ankle's starting to feel a bit sore now. It is only 6.5 weeks after my surgery, and here I am plodding along doing approaching 9 miles, target distance of 10 miles by the time I get to Bowshaw. So all in all, not bad. Legs a little bit stiff as well. Haven't really done much since September, October time, which is when the ankle started playing up. So yeah, pretty pleased with myself so far. Had regular water stops and top up the calories with some Morrison's tropical fruit mix. So yeah, so soon be time to ring the missus and arrange my lift back. I'll be right back. So just leaving Colaston. Over 9 miles walked. When the pinger went off, it was 9 miles in 3 hours, so I think that's a bad pace for a walk. I can now see the pub, about 800 metres to go. My lift has been organised and I can see the Peak District in the distance, but that's for another day. I'm just going to Bowshaw's, have a pint, rest my feet and wait for my ride. It's been a good morning. Well, there we are, folks, just approaching Bowshaw's Carvery. The time now is 11:34. That's 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'll get a proper distance check when we get the pub.
Teenage kicks right through